All right. Salakia. 1 second. Let me just make sure. Okay. All glory and praise unto the Lord. Okay. All glory and praise unto the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, and Barakatah Yahawashi. I want to give all glory and praise unto those holy and powerful names of Yahawah being the Father, and Yahawashi being his only begotten Son. This is Brother Malachi coming at you again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahawashi, coming in the way of the Ba'ashem Kakwadash, which is the Holy Spirit of truth. All right, giving double honor to the apostles of great millstone who do well, do teach well. All right. And this is Brother Malachi coming at you again. This is going to be another lesson. And what we're going to be going into today, ultimately, is going into, real quick, the rise of this effeminate, bitch-made, and quite frank, homosexual, faggot. I don't give a fuck what derogatory term you want to use, because I'll call you exactly what you are. You know what I'm saying? Because we've gotten to a point in a place in society through spirit, which, we know that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and we know that Esau Edom is ruling, and Esau Edom has given liberty to these these LGBTQ individuals to roam and have a voice, and ultimately, according to the scriptures, according to God, according to Yahawashi, okay, all you undesirables should be put to death. All right, but we're not the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments are not being pushed forth, nor are they being followed as they should be, because the Israelites, being you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the house of the tribes of Israel, are not in rulership. We're not enforcing Yahawah by Shai's laws and commandments on the earth, because we are not in rulership. All right. So since we're not in rulership, and we're going through this temporary period of Esau being in rulership until we achieve our blessing, then we are seeing wickedness unfold at a high rate, right? And so that's why you got these Sodom and Gomorrah type spirits out here rampant. And that's what I wanted to key in on, the rise of this homosexual fuck shit, because you're seeing this and I'm seeing this. I've been seeing this for the last 3 to 4 years of just this rise of just more and more Jake men. And it's mostly Jake men, because I'm gonna get into it. And I got this video here and I want to play it. It's World Star, and I made videos about if you go back, you have to find it, but I've made videos on this topic before, but maybe I didn't go as in depth, because really I don't think you have to go that deep, because this shit is very simple. Do not be effeminate, and do not do things that pertain unto women, and do faggot ass shit when you are masculine spirit. It's simple. All right. And this is why the Lord Yahawashi is going to destroy the 2/3 of Israel. Okay, real quick, because you wicked ass niggas. I don't know who the fuck this is, because I don't really watch football like that. But I know there's another nigga in the NBA, and his name is he's on the fucking Thunder. What's his name? The fucking fag. What is that faggot name? That nigga name is what is his name? That nigga named Sam. That nigga named some. He named some. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. It's a lock. Bear with me. But just that guy's that guy on your screen that you're seeing. He's an NFL player. Okay, we're gonna let Boosie get into the details. We're gonna let the video play in a second. But there's also another individual who are anyway. You ain't got nosy motherfuckers probably looking at my damn search history. All that shit. Yeah, I was looking up that stuff, not because I got that shit, just because I was just doing research, But it don't really matter. I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas ain't shit anyway. But the point is, back to the lesson. Let's find this individual. His name's OKC Thunder gay player. I can probably just type that in, and I bet he pop up. There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is type in this faggot ass nigga. Now, is he gay? I don't know. It doesn't matter if he is or isn't. The point is the agenda and the energy that he's pushing. Okay, you come into the NBA, and this is what he's doing. Look at his nails, man. Let's try to get his nails. Let's try to get his fingernails. A good picture of it. This nigga. You know, this nigga is an NBA player. You know, I seen him hoop. He alright. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga's a weirdo, bro. This nigga's effeminate. This nigga's he's a walking psyop. He's a walking psyop, man. He's being used to effeminize the players and effeminize the upcoming youth to say, hey, look, guys, I'm in the NBA. I'm making all this money. You can. Like, look how disturbing this is. If you really focus on this image, and you really just look at it, and you really just through the spirit focus on it. This shit should disturb you. This shit should aggravate your masculine spirit. This should aggravate you in your spirit, because this, you know, this cognitively something's wrong with what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? This is some bullshit what we're looking at. But this is what's being pushed. This is what's, you know, and there's plenty of other men. You know, we got Playboy Cardi doing this faggot ass shit. There's a lot of Israelites doing faggot shit for the one of all things. You know, they done sold out to the beast system. Done sold out to Esau Edom in his system, and his money. You know, his Federal Reserve notes. And this is what they got to do to, you know, keep their money up. And some of them don't even mind doing it because they that weak. You know, Jake is, you know, it's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord Yahawashi is against this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga is not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to make it. Like, you want to paint your fingernails pink and blue like a bitch, and we supposed to sit there and be like, oh, that's okay. It's not okay, bro. You're pushing a certain spirit on men. You're pushing a certain spirit on young children. All right? And that's why I've been noticing, you know, hey, these you know, some of these jakes, man, you know, they're really effeminate, man. They might not be gay, but they're really effeminate. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Esau wants. Esau wants a weak, effeminate Israelite man, because Israelite man already from the jump has a level of strength, a level of masculinity, a level of, I'm not going for that. You know what I'm saying? That, man, Esau's scared of that shit. But what Esau's not scared of is when Jake turned into a fag, when Jake turned into an effeminate bitch. You know, it's easy to be around Jake then, you know, because there's no threat. There's no threat when you can turn around and bend them over, bro. There's no threat when they're fucking sitting there painting their fucking nails, man. This shit really, you really think about it, this shit is infuriating, man, to the men of the Lord. If you wanted the men of the Lord and you see this shit and you gonna get a little bit upset, then you really, I don't know, bro. I don't know, because this is being pushed, you know, on the younger generation, man. Okay, in the younger generation, they're fucking cooked. They're 2/3. They're wicked as fuck. All right. But yeah, let's get one precept, and then we'll let the video play. You know. It's a lot. This is 1 Corinthians 6:9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous," like there's that doing that shit. There's a certain level of left-handed and unrighteousness that comes with that. You're not just, oh, I can paint my nose and Jesus still loves me. Yeah, Jesus loves you. So-called Jesus. That nigga don't even exist. That's a false god. But you cannot exhibit this type of behavior. You know, imagine through the spirit. Imagine, you know, the men of the Lord, and we're pushing the word of Yahawashi, and I come to camp and I got my nails painted pink and I'm bringing out the word. Man, you need to get your ass beat the fuck up, man. You need to get slapped. You need to get you know what I'm saying? Something need to happen to you. The Lord need to you know, that would be wild if the men of the Lord did that shit. You know what I'm saying? But we got Jakes in the world doing that and pushing that on the younger generation. All right, so they can be effeminate, so that they can be weak, so that they can be easily controlled. It's easy to control a homo, because they're like a woman, and women are already weak. So when you start bending over, painting your nails like a hoe, then you a hoe, my nigga. The fuck? You lost your masculine edge. You know what I'm saying? And Esau wants to destroy the masculinity 100% all out of Jake, and they're succeeding. damn near succeeding. But see, what he's not gonna do, he's not gonna be able to affect the remnant. He's not gonna be able to get the elect. I'm finna get into that right after this. 2 precepts. Give me a moment. It says, this is 1 Corinthians 6:9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Or AKA you fucking fags, man. AKA you niggas like that nigga on the damn OKC Thunder. That nigga's a bitch. I'll tell that nigga he a bitch to his face in real life. He ain't gonna do shit, cause he's a bitch. I don't care how you hooping, nigga. You soling out, you sucking dick, you being a weirdo, bro. The Lord Yahawashi is not pleased with this behavior. Alright? Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith his prophets, man. Because the prophets are the voice of the Lord. You think the Lord, if he came down here and seen this shit, you think if King David came down and seen that shit, man, he'll probably chop your fucking hand off. Chop both of them bitches off. Shit, he might just put you to death. Fucking wicked, man. Now it says, be not deceived, neither. Okay, my bad. Let's get into the word effeminate. You niggas is soft, man. Soft to the touch, man. Shit's pathetic, man. You know, if it wasn't for the remnant, man, if it wasn't for Yahawashi having mercy on us and having the elect set up, man, I swear to God, we'd be so done. And the Lord said, neither effeminate. This is effeminate behavior. Read that. Read this, okay, and then let's go to this picture again. You can't tell me this is not effeminate behavior. This is effeminate behavior. This is faggot behavior. This is behavior that will not be tolerated. In the kingdom, it's not going to be in the kingdom. The Lord Yahawashi is going to destroy this nigga, okay? And he's going to destroy anyone like this that's pushing the spirit, that's trying to hide behind, smoke and mirrors and be like, I'm just painting my nails. It's nothing to see here. It's nothing too crazy. No, you're a fucking fag, man. The Lord going to destroy you for this fuck shit, man. We're not ignorant unto Satan's devices. Like, you ain't doing this shit on purpose to push a certain agenda, to push a certain vibration on younger individuals who don't have any kind of cognitive mindset not to do this shit. Jay can see this shit. Ooh, NBA player doing it. Ooh, an NFL player doing it. Oh, okay. Oh, we got Playboy Cardi doing it. Lil Uzi doing it. All my favorite rappers doing it. I guess I'll do it. These motherfuckers gonna shut the fuck up. Man, I legit hate Edomites, man. God damn, shut the fuck up. But yeah, man, let's get into this video with well, actually, did I got one more precept? I thought I had one more precept. I swear I thought I had one more precept. It just slipped my mind. I got distracted for a second. It slipped my mind. I don't remember right now. So if it comes back to me through the spirit, the Lord Yahawashi gives me that precept back, then I'll bring it out because I just forgot. But till then, let's go in and let's watch the video. Man, what the fuck? This shit be tripping.
Hey, they got a lot of people mad at me right now in the DM. They going off in my DM. Boosie,
Nah, one sec. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. This nigga got the nerve to take a picture. I swear they be paying. I swear they be selling out to do this shit, bro. You can't pay me enough money to go against my own masculinity, my own nature, for some fucking bread. For some fucking bread, some fucking money that got white people on it. You niggas don't have any integrity. You don't have any morality. This is what happens when you don't have understanding or wisdom of the Lord, Yahawashi. This is what happens when you don't have fear of the Lord. This is what happens when you don't have 100% truth. You start doing faggot shit and weirdo shit like this and think it's all good just because you're making millions in the NFL. I don't care, bro. That money is corrupt, and you are defiled. Grown ass man. But see, women will see this shit and they don't care. Women are still gonna deal with this nigga. Women are gonna see this shit and be like, oh, okay, cool. They still deal because women are wicked as fuck. But see, the men of the Lord, man, we're not gonna sit here and not say nothing about this faggot ass shit, or not say nothing about this effeminate ass behavior, because the Lord Yahawashi is not pleased with this. All right.
Gonna be part of the community with us. Nah, bro. I just feel like, they mad because the truth hurts. I come up under Tecmo, bro. I never thought in a million years that I would see a Madden cover with one of the best players with his fingernails painted. A game that sold to billions of little boys. What kind of message are they sending to these little boys? I never thought in a million years I would see this. As parents, how much do they have to do for us to say that's...
And then let me speak. I speak as a man. I think I speak as a man on this. If you enjoy sports, you enjoy football. To each his own. I don't enjoy that shit. I think that shit is some homosexual ass shit. I'm not finna be. It's too many men in one spot, bro. It's too many men in one spot, touching each other, tackling each other, and shit. And I know 100% in the spirit that there be homosexual shit going on with those in those locker rooms, all that shit. Smacking on the ass, all that weirdo shit that be happening in those particular male spaces that be off. I'm sure some people could maybe testify or validate what I'm saying. I done seen it, firsthand. And just the look of the game itself is just, bro. It just look effeminate. Football in and of itself just rubs me the wrong way. And then on top of that, it's fucking fake. It's bread and circus. It's bread and circus, man. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Not right. Gotta go tell these boys that we got raising them to be men. That's wrong, son. That's for women. And not just daddies. These mothers, single mothers who raising boys to be men. You have to tell your son that's not right. Or in a couple months, he going playing your fingernail polish. You know what I'm saying? Next is gonna be lipstick on the covers, thongs. Is that enough? Man hiking a ball with a thong in his ass. Is that enough for you to tell your child that it's wrong? That is wrong. See, that's what it's going to next. Lipstick, thongs. I never thought I would see this. A game that sold to billions of little boys. You're pushing it. Half of these kids, they're so young, they can't even think for themselves too much. Some of them can, but most of them, they go by what they see. What?
And he's correct, because young children are greatly influenced, especially if they don't have a strong father in the household, or the mother's bugged the fuck out. They see what they see on the internet, they got their phones, they see what they see on TV, and they get influenced. Especially when they, like I say, don't have any guidance. And so they see their favorite NBA player doing this, their favorite NFL player doing that. They're gonna get influenced, and they might end up partaking. Not every one of them gonna do it, but some of them will, man. Some Jake is just weak like that, and they just follow the crowd, follow a multitude to do evil, and this is evil. Okay, this is gonna lead to, like he's saying, it starts small. Oh, we're just painting our fingernails, and then you're doing other weirdo shit that women do. Women becoming more masculine, men are becoming more effeminate. But the men of the Lord, we're gonna stay true to our ideals and who we are under the Lord Yahawashi. Okay? And the Lord Yahawashi has put a certain particular spirit in us to not go for this shit, man. Okay? Yeah, Edom is trying to X out the strong, masculine, austere spirit of Jake, all right? Because guess what? Let's go to another precept, which is why I bring this out, because what Esau's trying to do is ultimately weaken the strong men of Jake, man. If they're not going to do it through violence than they'll do it through their media. They'll do it through their sorcery. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know, it's like I say, you turn a Jake into a fag. Hey, man, that's one less man you got to worry about. Because this man, now that he a fag, he worrying about getting dick up his ass. He worrying about sucking something. He ain't worried about fighting. He rather bend over. You know what I mean? It's easy for Esau then. Let me get this precept. I don't even know how to spell this word. Fuck. Steer? So, this is, I'm gonna read Luke. Now, this is, I would turn on the red letter, but you should know, like, that Yahawashi is speaking in this sentence. Because here it says in verse Luke 19 and 21, it says, "For I fear of thee." Okay? And why, you know, when you have a certain masculine spirit, a certain, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Through spirit. You know, the Lord Yahawashi is not raising up bitches, okay, through the spirit. The Lord is raising up the Yahawah, which is the house of David, man. And the house of David were mighty men, okay, masculine, okay, not no choir boys, man, not no fucking bend over the couch, you know, not let's go get our fingernails painted, or no, let's go get a mani pedi or some faggot shit like that, man. No, man, they were mighty men, man, putting shit to death, following the orders, you know, of Yahawashi, man, mighty men, you know, King David and his men, you know, things of that nature. Okay, but when you have a certain austere spirit, a certain spirit of masculinity, you carry yourself with a certain weight. Esau fears this, so to counteract this, the best way is to make you effeminate, to make you soft, to take away that masculine spirit, to take away that edge, to take away that want to fight. Instead, we're gonna give you money. We're gonna give you bitches that don't give a fuck that you're a faggot. They're still gonna suck and fuck you. So that can make you complacent and comfortable, so that you can trust in society, so you can trust in Babylon the Great when this place is gonna fall. Okay, niggas like that, NFL, NBA, all them niggas gonna die. Them niggas gonna die. That money ain't gonna save you, nigga. Like, we're coming to some very crazy times, man. I can't wait for the Lord Yahawashi to start airing out these niggas, man, and start dropping judgment on the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because they not gonna learn. Anyway, it says, I'm gonna read this again. It says, "For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man." And we're finna get into that word austere. What does that mean? Yahawashi was austere. If Yahawashi was austere, then we should be austere. But I know every brother's a little bit different. But we shouldn't be going around this bitch acting like a bitch, acting like a hoe. You know what I mean? Acting like you don't got no nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Being all, you know, soft and shit. Like, what do you gain from that? You gain nothing. Women truly in the spirit, they don't really respect that shit. They'll deal with it because maybe you got some money, or maybe you have some type of fame or notoriety in this society. But a real woman in her right mind is gonna shun that shit. We shunning that shit. The Lord Yahawashi from the foundation is shunning this. It's against the law, statutes, and commandments of God to be a bitch, to be a little hoe when you a man. If you're gonna be a masculine spirit, be a masculine spirit. If you're gonna be a feminine spirit, be a feminine spirit. Okay? You can't just be a masculine spirit and be like, oh, I'm gonna try to flip flop, or vice versa. And this is why this place is truly the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, man. But even worse, because you got these transgenders running around this bitch, playing make believe and shit. It says, "For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up, thou takest not up, and thou layest not down. Thou reapest what thou didst not sow." So let's get into that word austere. What does that mean? You know, it says mind of manners, harsh, rough, rigid. You know, rough around the edges, man. You know. You know. It's a certain spirit, man. The Lord didn't play no shit. The Lord didn't the Lord wasn't like, oh, that's okay. You don't gotta worship me. No, the Lord told you, man, bring them before me and slay them if they don't worship me. This ain't no game. It's not no joke. And the Lord gonna make good on what He say, man. When Jacob trouble come through and it which is here, but when it intensifies and it completely opens up and intensifies to a level that Jake ain't ready for, then it's gonna be, oh my God, what's going on? Where's all this evil and all this judgment coming from? Well, the men of the Lord told you to repent and return to the Lord Yahawashi, get right. Get out of this spirit, you know. But it is what it is. I just wanted to get into that. Let's play the rest of this video and, you know.
Billions of little boys who buy these games. You know, I'm just asking as a parent to the other parents, when is enough? To the daddies who raising men to be boys. The single mothers who on that football field at practice raising that boy to be a man. When is enough, man? John Madden turning over in his grave. It's a sad day for Madden.
You know what I'm saying? And Boosie's right on that subject, man. He's right on that subject. You know what I'm saying? It's a shameful thing. It's a very shameful thing what they're doing. It's very shameful. In the kingdom, they're gonna have their heads down. Salakio, give me a second. You know, some of you niggas, I got you. And it's gonna be the last precept. This is Daniel 2:12. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, and some to everlasting life. All right. And that's going to be the Israelites, man, because the Israelites are going to inherit the kingdom. All right. But there's also going to be within the kingdom, once the 2/3 come back and they come back in their right minds, they're going to remember all that wicked shit and all that foolishness that they were doing in sight of Yahawashi. Okay. They're going to be perfect, you know, because they came back through the remnant of the elect. But they're still going to have that perpetual shame for a long time. It's not going to be forever, but it's going to be for a long time. They're going to remember their actions. They're going to remember the deeds that they did in Babylon and in the earth, but, you know, before Yahawashi came. You know, the 2/3 are going to remember their actions, remember their sins, remember their iniquities in sight of the Lord Yahawashi, and they're going to be ashamed. All right? They're going to be in the kingdom, yes. They're going to be perfect, yes. They're going to be gods and all that, angelic bodies and all that. But they're going to have that shame and remembrance that they're not tied to the victory of the first resurrection. Yes, they're not tied to that victory of the first resurrection of the men that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord Yahawashi and the values of Yahawashi. Okay, and a part of those values is not being effeminate and not selling out for some fucking Federal Reserve notes to run on a fucking funky ass field for what? You're gonna be destroyed, man. And people are complacent right now. People think it's good, you know, because we're still within the green tree. You know, we're still within the green tree, meaning that things are still relatively okay. You know, so that's why men have these liberties to do all this wickedness, because they think America's gonna dwell for forever, man. They think they can, you know, sell out to Esau, get these millions and paint their fingernails and run on the field and everything's gonna be Gucci. Well, no, that's not what's finna happen, buddy. The RFID chip technology. The data centers are being built, all right? And if you want to fucking continue being a fucking effeminate faggot in Esau's kingdom, well, you're going to have to take the chip. And you're going to take the chip, and the Lord going to come around and in Revelations 14 and for your bitch ass. And we're going to see you get burnt to a crisp, and we're going to be sitting on a sea of glass looking at you get destroyed. And we're going to rejoice. We're going to rejoice because the judgments of Yahawah Shimi Al-Shai are just and they are true. You want to be a fucking homosexual? Well, guess what the Lord already did to Sodom and Gomorrah? What did he do? Do I need to go into detail? Or don't or are you familiar with what he did? What he's finna do it to Babylon the Great? Again, at an even higher level. All right, because the Lord is upset, man. The Lord is pissed off. The Lord is angry with the nation of Israel and their foolishness. All right, and this is why the Lord has the remnant set up. The elect. All right, if it wasn't for the elect, we'd be through. We'd be done. So call Allah Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai for that. Now it says, some shall wake to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And that's gonna be 2/3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I guess you can almost, I guess I'm not gonna say that. But this is for you 2/3 niggas, man. You're gonna wake up to everlasting shame and contempt. Even though you in the kingdom, even though you're perfect, you're still gonna have that shame. You're still gonna have that contempt because what did you do on the earth? All you did was pure wickedness and pure faggotness on the earth, and a whole lot of selling out. Like people like Kevin Hart, people like Cat Williams, people like Shaq, people like LeBron. Nigga, y'all are nobodies. Y'all are nobodies. See, y'all are something great, quote unquote, pseudo great in this kingdom. But in the kingdom to come, the kingdom of Yahawah Shimi Al-Shai, the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Man, nigga, you gonna be a fucking man. I ain't even gonna get. I'm not gonna go there too much. But point is, the Lord Yahawah Shimi Al-Shai is not pleased with what they're doing. Okay, and the men of the Lord, we're gonna call it out. We're gonna call it out. Now, this is Isaiah. I'm gonna say Isaiah 1, because the Lord said, if it wasn't for the remnant, we'd be done. we'd be done. Oh, we be destroyed. But thank God for the Lord restoring and giving the spirit and placing the spirit back on the men of the Lord to come out here and to come in the way of the Baal Shem Kodash and to teach, you know what I'm saying, and to exhort and to get the particular members, because we're fishing right now. We're fishing, but we're going to be turned into hunters. But the Lord Yahawah Shimi Al-Shai allowed the men of the Lord to come out here and fish for the elect with the word, and the elect are waking up. And the Lord Yahawah Shimi Al-Shai said that in Revelation 7, when it's all the elect are waking up, that he's going to send the destruction. All right, and the destruction is getting ready to be sent. It's already set up. It's getting ready, man. Now this is Isaiah 1:9. It says, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a small remnant, which is going into the elect, we should have been unto Sodom, and we should have been unto Gomorrah. And what happened to these places? They got fucking destroyed. So we'll be a whole fucked up ass nation if the men of the Lord wasn't on the scene. If we had a whole bunch of okay. I think the point has been made. I ain't finna go into too much, But with that being said, I want to say shalom.